Avoid these 3 car buying mistakes in Paraguay. Are you thinking about buying a car in Paraguay or South America? Well, it's not as straightforward as you might think. From hidden issues to car title dramas, today I'm sharing everything I wish I knew before making my first purchase. Stick around to avoid costly mistakes. In today's video, we are diving into the most important things to keep in mind when buying a car in Paraguay. I'm about to talk you through dodgy odometers, overlooked rust, and even how to deal with all the paperwork and notaries you'll need to do afterwards. Whether you're planning to road trip across South America or just need a car while you're here, this guide is packed with tips to save you time and money and stress. Hey there, I'm Paul, a 40-year-old nomad who has been exploring the world, living across 4 continents and visiting 60 countries. Something always felt off about the way things were heading in this world, so I left the expected path behind, searching for better options. I always thought I would return to the United States one day, but when I was done with the system, I noticed it was slowly crumbling and I realized that the time has not come yet to return. In my search for a better way, I got my Paraguayan residency in 2021. Now I'm discovering Latin America with my reliable LandCruiser Prado from Paraguay and my freedom-loving journalist Alexandra all over. Together we're exploring new possibilities and finding people along the way. People we can connect with. If you're looking for a way out, a plan B, this channel is for you. Whether it's a backup residency in Paraguay, Brazil or Mexico, or just getting the taste of expat life. I've got plenty of videos to guide you. If this content resonates with you, write in the comment section below, share it with others, and help grow our community. And if you want to dive deeper, book a one-on-one talk with me. We're all in this together. So what should you pay attention to when buying a car? During our extensive car search, we encountered a few pitfalls. If you're aware of a few tips before you buy and search your car, you can give yourself an advantage when making your first purchase. In this video, you will learn what to keep in mind before buying a car in Paraguay, what's important during the test drive, and what you need to do afterwards to get it all done. So join us today for trying to buy a car in Paraguay. Although we know that buying a new car in Paraguay comes with less risk, we only wanted to look at used cars first. We initially thought that our time in Paraguay will be limited and had no idea we would be traveling through South America for 4 years. So we were looking for an off-road vehicle with 4-wheel drive and a place to sleep in on a road trip. One thing you should be aware of buying a car in Paraguay is that cars are generally not well cared for by their owners. There's no mandatory vehicle inspection, and before the sale, the car is often given a short beauty fix-up. This includes rolling back the odometer, painting over rust and the underbody, and maybe fixing a few leaks under the hood. In other words, a quick fix. So it's worth thoroughly checking the car before buying it. When it comes to Toyotas, there is an additional factor. Many of these cars come from Japan, where they have been driven at least 200,000 miles before being imported to South America. The conversion of the steering wheel from right to left introduces several issues. For instance, the heating system often doesn't work because the heater hose was disconnected. This might not be a problem in warm Paraguay, but if you're planning to travel across South America, it can get really cold. We solved this by installing a lever valve to allow air through when we needed it. You might also run into similar issues with the air conditioning. In our car, the foot ventilation didn't work, and only recirculated air can be used in no fresh air from the outside. The steering wheel conversion also left a tangled mess of wires under the driver's side, which can lead to loose connections. For example, our high beams suddenly stopped working at one point. Generally, everything is wired for a passenger side, so the warning lights for the passenger not wearing a seatbelt, the beeping when the passenger opens their door, and even the mirrors, which are optimized for the passenger side. This means that as the driver, you'll never have a perfect view. But it doesn't seem to bother the Paraguayans too much, as Toyota is one of the most popular brands in the country. Today we're on a car hunt. We're at a different dealership, one after the other. On a nice warm day with like 36 degrees Celsius, that's like 97 Fahrenheit, we have decided that we won't leave without another car. It's way too hot. If you're interested in a car, it's definitely worth taking it for a test drive. As in any other country, make sure that steering is aligned, the brakes work, and the electrical system is in order. That means checking all the interior and exterior lights and the electric windows. Since you'll be driving over plenty of potholes on Paraguayan roads, it's also a good idea to test the car off-road. Maybe try a bumpy side road or a dirt track. And if possible, check if you can see out of the tinted windows at night. Sometimes even the windshield is tinted and making it pitch black inside the car, and it's hard to see out. We had to scrape off the tint on our windshield with a lot of effort and alcohol. If I can give you one piece of advice, hire a professional, because the muscle pain the next day just isn't worth it. You can also stop by a mechanic during the test drive. The cost for this can be covered by either the buyer or the seller. The mechanic will give the car a final inspection. Maybe there's some problems. These repairs could easily cost between 1 to 3 million guaranis, so keep that in mind if you have to fix on a budget. What should you do after the purchase? You'll need to visit a notary for the contract. That's where the paper and the signing of the purchase will happen. In Paraguay, it's not always common to transfer the car title to the buyer's name. So if you want to handle everything properly, you'll need to apply for the titula del registro and the cédula verde. With the title, you'll then receive the cédula verde, which must always be with you. If you're planning to drive abroad, it's essential that the cédula verde is in your name. In our case, the notary told us that we could pick up the title in 15 days. However, when we called after 15 days, they hadn't even started the process yet. It turns out that we had to go back to the notary to sign another document for the title and have the car inspected at a workshop to confirm that it was really ours. They forgot to mention this during our first visit. So remember to prepare a list of all the documents you need in advance and ask about them. If you want the process to go quickly, you'll have to annoy people and call them multiple times. In total, it took us a month to get the title and the cédula verde, costing us another 2 million guaranis. What also comes next is the vehicle registration sticker, which you get from the municipal office. Even though you should go to the municipal where you live, you can also apply for it anywhere in Paraguay. Outside Asunción is often cheaper. You just need to give them an address, which can even be a hotel. We paid another 110,000 guaranis for it. It's also important to know that in Paraguay you're required to carry a fire extinguisher and a warning triangle. We also got a first aid kit from the pharmacy and a second warning triangle. We also have a tow rope and a body sheet, since these might be required in other countries in Mercosur. If you're planning a trip abroad, you'll also need the cédula verde, the title, and an ITV, vehicle inspection sticker, for about 140,000 guarani. You will need liability insurance with the green card, the Carta Verde, for Mercosur countries as well. This insurance isn't mandatory in Paraguay, but it costs 140,000 guarani per month, and you need it when you go to other Mercosur countries. In the end, our car purchase was successful, and we were able to travel smoothly to Brazil and the rest of South America. We had a lot of adventures, and some of them are already on our YouTube channel. Police stops were fine, but it was good that we always had our documents ready. Now, I hope these tips help you navigate the car buying process in Paraguay and make sure that you can get off to a new adventure very smooth. Now, if you want more videos about South America and Paraguay, go ahead and check out my YouTube channel and then click on this video next so that you get more information about Paraguay. Do it right now.